Good morning, church. Today I want to take a look at story of hope number 2, which is hope for the non-religious. This is the story of the Pharisee and the tax collector that we find in Luke chapter 18, 9 through 14. If you would turn to that section and follow along as I read. It goes as such. This is Jesus speaking, of course. He also told this parable to some who trusted in themselves, that they were righteous and treated others with contempt. 2 men went up into the temple to pray, one a Pharisee and the other a tax collector. The Pharisee, standing by himself, prayed thus, God, I thank you that I am not like other men, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even like this tax collector. I fast twice a week, I give tithes of all that I get. But the tax collector, standing far off, would not even lift his eyes to heaven, but beat his breast, saying, God, be merciful to me, a sinner. I tell you, this man went down to his house justified, rather than the other. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, but the one who humbles himself will be exalted. So we see 2 different people in this parable, 2 different types of men. You see the Pharisee, who is focused on himself. That's what pride does. Pride brags about our own abilities, focuses on our own works, and thinks that we can receive salvation by something that we do in our own power. Then you see the tax collector, who is begging for mercy. He knows that he is a sinner. That's what humility does. Humility asks God to do something. And what God does is grace. He forgives that sin. It's just a beautiful transaction of His righteousness for our sin. We can do nothing in our own power. He simply does it out of His love. And all we have to do is turn to Him. Another verse that this section today points us to is James 4:6. And the first 5 words of this are my favorite in the Bible. This is my favorite verse. It goes, but He gives more grace. Therefore it says, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. So I just love those words, but He gives more grace, because I need more grace every day. I don't know about you guys, but I sin, and I fall short every single day. I try to do better. I try to be more like Christ each and every day, but I'm like the tax collector. I have to ask God every day to be merciful to me, a sinner. So I just pray that everybody out there understands that there is nothing you can do in your own power to be saved. It is a gift from God, and only He can save you through His love and His mercy and His sacrifice. Talk to you guys tomorrow.